Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Happy Monday. How are you all doing today? I am so excited, just verifying we are on the right internet. I am so excited to see you here. So I am honored and privileged to have you here. So thank you for that. Now, we're going to get started in just a minute, but I just want to say thank you to everybody. And also for our Jewish friends and followers, I just want to be able to wish you, right? Wait a second now. I got the right term here because I think this is important, right? There we go. I want to be able to wish our Jewish friends and followers Shana Tova, which is good year. Today starts the Jewish New Year, which is a big deal. And we appreciate and respect those traditions. So for all of you out there, Shana Tova. All right. So let's see who we got in here so far. We got Josh Bell from Florida, Lenny from Rhode Island. Good morning, my friend. Bill from Illinois, Brian from Ohio, Darren from Kansas, Kurt from Nebraska, Rob from Florida, Craig from Texas, and look at this, Mr. John Firm. Stab me in the back. He's in Brazil fishing. Oh, how I wish I could be there with you, brother. Alice from Pennsylvania, Ian, Michigan, if I remember correctly. Robert Shield, Bob, good morning from Minnesota. Alex from Maine, Scott from Oregon. El Shana, what is it? El Shana Tova, is that what it is? Yeah, I think it's great to be able to learn from other religious aspects. I think it's so cool. Benji, good morning. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you too at ASTA is this weekend. We're going to be teaching a couple of classes, doing a couple of podcasts. I'm really excited. So be on the lookout for those. And then Ryan from North Carolina, hope to see you out there too, and your dad. So let's get started. I could be out here all day just saying hi to everybody. So good morning, everyone. This is Rick White from 180 Biz. We're a coaching and training company that help auto repair and truck repair shop owners find that extra little bit on the table that they're missing out on. If that's you, give us a holler. This is my just one thing. So here's our timer. I do my best to keep these things under 10 minutes. I do pretty well. Every once in a while, though, I go a little nuts. And there we are, 10 minutes. So, first of all, I think this is a pretty powerful conversation we're going to have this morning. Luke from Virginia, good morning. You and I and Jeff need to meet, my friend. So, I think this is important because a lot of us deal with this. Everybody does. And it's how we deal with it that makes all the difference in the world. So, I'm going to ask you straight up, if this message hits you today, please share this video, okay? We want to get out we want to get in front of as many people as we possibly can so that we can take and help others make a difference, okay? Justin from PA, good morning. Alan, Pennsylvania, good morning. So one of the things I wanted to start with is scars. That's my conversation today, and here's where it comes from. Learning comes with scars. That's a fact, right? That's a fact. I got some notes here too. I want to make sure I got. So there's two kinds of scars. Let's talk about the first one. Those are your scars, right? Your scars are powerful and painful. Hey, Jason from Connecticut, welcome. So let's step back and think about this for a sec. Your scars are proof that you went through a battle. Right, this is kind of cool because last week we were talking about the leadership uniform, right? The red shirt and the brown pants. Well, the red shirt is when we're bleeding. That's where the scar comes from. And scars, sometimes we win and sometimes we learn, hopefully, because you got a choice with a scar. You're either going to win, you're going to learn, or you're going to lose. Now, why are these scars so powerful? Because every one of them has a story and every one of them has a lesson. The problem is too many people stop at the story and they don't go far enough to learn the lesson. So that's when you lose. But otherwise, if you win, that's awesome. If you learn, that's also awesome. Okay. But a lot of people, they don't. And that's the scary part about this. Now, what are some really powerful lessons, the pros about your own scars? Because what happens is when they're your scars, they're painful. There's a big difference between you putting your hand on a hot stove and burning it versus seeing someone else do it, right? When it's your scar, it's unforgettable because it's personal and it's painful. Now, the really cool thing about this is it can build, that scar can build resilience and grit and wisdom firsthand. You know, it was funny. Brenda and I were watching Landman last night. We started at the beginning because we had kind of started and missed up. But one of the things he says, he's talking to his daughter, Billy Thornton, and he basically is sitting there laying in bed, talking with his daughter. And she says, "Daddy, how are you so wise?" And he says, "Because I've been a failure my whole life and I remember the lessons." See, when you're dealing with this stuff firsthand, it's never going to be more guttural, more personal than it's when it's your scar. Jeremiah from Ohio, good morning. And that's super, super important. That's a pro, but it's also a con. Why? Because when you're going through these scars on your own, those scars tend to cost time, money, relationships, and opportunities. So you're burning through stuff. You're burning through resources, limited resources that you have. The other part of scars that is really, really dangerous is they can set you back. Why? Because our normal behavior is to avoid scars. They're to avoid pain. But we don't understand that everything you want in life is on the other side of a scar. Write that sucker down. Anything that you want in life is on the other side of your next scar. So that's the really truth to all of this, okay? Now, the second kind of scar is other people's scars. Now, there are some pros to this, and the pros to other people's scars, seeing other people do it, is it shortens the learning curve. Instead of me burning my hand on the stove and going through weeks of, healing, I can watch someone else go through it. Not that I want to see anybody in pain, but I can watch somebody else burn their hand on the stove and go, you know something? I'm never doing that again. Like, I'll never do that because I saw what they go through. So that's really cool. It shortens the learning curve and it reduces your risk, right? It reduces your risk of time, money, opportunities, etc., because you're watching other people make the mistake, you're avoiding it. So, like, instead of going through it, you're going around it. That's awesome. Now, there's some cons to this. When you're watching, Fernando from Illinois, good morning. In the con to other people's scars is your lessons aren't going to sink as deeply. They're going to be easier to forget because there's no personal pain associated with them. And you're going to risk dismissing advice because it's either never going to happen to you, there's no way, and it just we go into the land of delusion. So I hope this is making sense. Again, if it is, please share this video. Also, we have our Shop Owners Roundtable, second Thursday of every month, 7 p.m. Eastern. Brenda's going to put that link in there for you. And then the second thing is, if you want to get more information like this, pretty much anytime you want, you can go to Pocket Business Genius, go to our website, look for Pocket Business Genius, and there's a lot of really cool information in there that's going to help you run your business, and it's really super affordable. So, what do I got for time left? I got about 3 minutes. Okay. So, I want you to understand you're going to be more likely to remember the pain, the lessons that you learn on your own, because they're more painful and they're more powerful, and they sit there. Man, I don't ever want that to happen to me again. Like, I know what it's like to go through a divorce. I Other people don't, and they're like, well, I'm just going to leave her or leave him, and I'm like, Todd, look at this carefully, right? This is something you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. So once you got that toothpaste out, it's out. So think this through. Why? Because I know, like, I've been through it. I've got the scars. We all have scars. And I want you to understand something. And I'm going to go through this real quick. I want you to be willing to gain wisdom from both your personal experiences and others. I want you to step back and look for mentors and peers that have stories that are going to minimize your scars. But then I want you to understand that your scars are a sign of growth, not a sign of shame. Too many of us see a scar on our arms or whatever, and we try to hide them because we're ashamed of them. Listen, I need you to understand that every single scar shows that you made it through, that you went through something, it was painful, and you're on the other side. You didn't die from it. So when you're willing to do that, I think it's going to be so amazing. So please, I hope you hear this. Learn from other people's scars as many times as you possibly can and fine tune it. Second, understand those scars, they're tuition for growth. They're something to be proud of, not something to be ashamed of. I hope that all makes sense to you. If it does, again, begging you, please share this video. Okay? Everybody, thank you for being here with me. How am I doing? Got about 20 seconds. Love you all. Have a great week. Hope I'll see you at ASDA. We have a booth right outside the trade show. Please stop by. I got my little bar stool and bar table there. Let's sit down, have a talk. I'm looking forward to seeing you. I'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, going home Sunday. So let's connect. Guys, everybody, thank you. And John, you're absolutely right. You know, one of the ways you can avoid scars is to have a coach. And there are a lot of great coaches out there. If I'm one that you might be thinking of, me and my team and I, please reach out. But otherwise, find a coach. It's amazing. Every one of us, I have a coach. Brenda has a coach. Everybody should have a coach. My coaches have a coach. Everybody should have a coach. So listen, have a great week. Go make some money. I'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.